So you've released a VC4 gateway as part of 3.0 release. So what does that actually mean?
Well, VC4 Gateway is a solution to a gap that we found in the market in relation to simple meeting rooms and specifically Microsoft Teams rooms hosted on Crestron Flex. And so the gap is in relation to simple meeting rooms that don't exactly merit a full application for control.
Right.
VC4 by Crestron is a wonderful platform. It is built to create advanced AV integrations. But for those specific simple meeting rooms, all what's required is some lighting control, some HVAC control, and it's really just one page flip from the Microsoft Teams Rooms interface to a page flip that allows you to control elements, environmentals of the room. And so it didn't really merit a full application, especially if you have thousands of these things. And so what we created is a solution where a gateway is deployed virtually on a Crestron VC4 server. It is highly available because all of our solutions are. And so once that's enabled, then all of your Microsoft Teams rooms and simple meeting rooms can now be connected to the cloud via Crestron's native SDK, but then they're actually being controlled from an agnostic cloud native platform.
Oh, so that is a step change. That's a huge change in environment.
Simply a Microsoft Flex meeting room connected to virtual servers that effectively are operating like a gateway straight to our cloud. The benefits of this are twofold. One, you don't need thousands of applications anymore. It is effectively shared applications that are highly available that allow you to scale faster. And it's also cost efficient in the sense that you don't have to host all of these applications anymore, because hosting an application for Microsoft Teams rooms that's only kind of controlling environmentals is an overkill. And so the gateway allows you to scale those systems in the thousands and control them all from the cloud via a gateway.
Enter the audiovisual controls if you are currently in the Zoom controls by pressing the small home icon on the right-hand face of the touch panel. Select Video Conference on the home screen, then select which device you would like to share with the meeting participants. You can share the room PC, device via wireless presentation, or your device via one of the inputs around the room. Return to the Zoom controls by pressing the small home icon on the right-hand face of the touch panel.
Impressive stuff. So it isn't just a number 3. There's some big steps, right?
It is a big step.
So talk to me about Sight. It's apparently available in preview in selected tenancies. So what does that mean for everybody else?
It is. So Sight is specifically targeted towards data collection, specifically also for these meeting rooms that don't require an advanced AV integration. And so all these rooms already have either Zoom rooms or Microsoft Teams. And so they don't really have an integrated experience, but what they do need is remote management, remote monitoring, and data and insights. And so Sight provides that. It's a data collection agent. It sits at the edge or in the cloud or in a hybrid cloud, and it allows us to collect all of these metrics and provide rich insights in the cloud in regards to all of the devices in the room, such as device usage, performance, etc. And in this release, we actually provide 3 different speed tiers. So Sight can run in standard to reduce costs. If you want it to be faster, we have an accelerated version. And if you want it to be super fast for like a VIP room, like the CEO's boardroom, then you can turbocharge it. And so it runs in 3 different speeds.
So what does that speed translate to from an end user perspective that doesn't understand the technical aspects of what you're referring to? Does it just mean things happen quicker? Is it as simple as that?
Well, it's all about response time. So if you have a very sensitive room and you have something failing in the room and it's the CEO's room, then you really want to know about it fast. And here we're not talking in the hours, we're talking in the minutes. Right. So if you have the LCD in the CEO's room failing, how fast do you want to know? If you want to know about it in 10 or 30 seconds, then that's turbocharge. Yeah, gotcha. If you want to know about it for accelerated, it's probably about a few minutes, and standard is about 15 minutes.
So there's a failure 10 minutes prior to international board meeting, you'd really want to know about that within seconds, right?
Absolutely. You know, a minute in that word is a lifetime.
Yeah. What's one of your favorites from the list? Is there anything that you're really excited about from 3.0?
Well, I really like what we released in terms of our live chatbot. We've always been about the community and about providing support to the community, and that doesn't only extend to our clients, but it also extends to the partners of our clients. And so if we have a client that is a customer and he's got his own contractors, and the contractors are deploying rooms using InnoMesh, and so now using our live chat support bot, they can immediately chat to us. We have live chat. They can access our knowledge base. It's another mechanism for people to reach out to us so that we can provide them immediate help when they need it. Obviously, you can still call us. You can still raise a ticket with us. But we find that chat these days is an easier way to reach out to us without making it too official.
And it's the expected behavior now, right?
Absolutely.
There are chatbots everywhere. AI is, the topic du jour, and it's an essential item, right?
100%.
There's one thing I forgot to ask you actually about Sight as well. It just came to me when we're talking about the help desk side of things. From deployment then, do customers or clients or end users have to design every time, or is that the classic InnoMesh template? Everything is templated for you.
Well, Sight is actually much easier to template. You don't really need developers. You don't need any knowledge. Sight and Pulse.
Don't tell the developers that though, right?
Definitely not. Don't tell our developers. But Sight templating is super easy. It can be done by a project manager, and it's effectively the same template that would create for Pulse. In fact, you can upgrade Pulse to a Sight subscription without doing any configuration whatsoever. It's
You're kidding? So you can just switch over.
Yeah, and so you can go from network-based monitoring to data collection simply with an upgrade without reconfiguring.
Any extra cost to the customer? Or
there is definitely an extra cost. So once you start doing data collection, there's data hosting costs attributed, etc. So our subscription tier is a little bit higher. It's all inclusive of what Pulse includes, but Sight also includes rich metrics and insights, performance tracking, usage, etc.
Does that scale? Is it flexible based on room size? How does the
room size is no problem. It's built to scale. You can mass deploy it. It works simply by identifying what kind of technologies you have and in which rooms do they belong to. Once you provide that to the platform will create an entity for each room. It will connect out to these devices using device drivers. These device drivers implement the protocols of the manufacturers. This is why you see so many different devices in here, because we love all manufacturers. And so we connect to all of them using Sight, and we collect data from them using ops. We can manage their firmware, we can manage their configuration, we can enforce policies, we can secure them automatically, and we can alert based on metrics.
The other question I had was, we love dashboards around here, right? So there was a new dashboard variation.
Well, when we first started this journey, we very quickly identified that it's not so much about consumption with our customers. It's more about a long-term agreement. And this is why you see us having very long-term customers, 1 year, 3 years, 6 years. However, we wanted to give an idea on the consumption of our services.
Can we have a quick look while you're telling us as well?
Yes, absolutely.
I think
you can go to Insights now, and you can look at your consumption. This is more about growth than anything. However, this also provides us the ability to charge per day if we wanted to. We don't really have many customers that go on demand. Wow. Usually it's an enterprise agreement with us.
That must be a low use case, surely.
Yeah, well, we wanted to know how fast we're growing and the trends. So we enabled that. We can charge now down to the day if that's what our clients want.
So test the theory, maybe.
Yeah.
And again, this is all scalable. Like we keep talking about, everything is scalable in terms of cost and complexity of a deployment, I guess. So I think what I'm hearing is you don't have to be an enterprise client. Right? You can
not anymore. Yeah. When we first started, it was enterprise only because InnoMesh was built for scale. But now we're definitely in SMBs, and we got offers for SMBs. So yeah.
And did you feel like the market's moving that way now? Because it was originally just enterprise who were, I guess, at the ability and capability level to necessitate this level of an integration, right? But now every business needs to be like this, right? Not
I think
necessarily
it's
every
more to
business,
do
I
with
guess.
the maturity of the platform.
Right.
The platform initially was designed for enterprise, and so it lacked the ability to provide lighter deployments.
Gotcha.
But now with Pulse Insight and these tracking mechanisms, we can provide tenancies for 50 or less spaces. So for the medium businesses, we also have channel models for our partners to have their own tenancies and have subtenants under them. So so it's definitely now tuned toward SMBs. It's obviously still pretty capable in enterprise. This is what it was designed for, but we now extended it to SMBs.
All right, so some of the smaller but equally impressive and fun stuff that I've picked up from the release. It looks to me like you've been, this is going to sound a little bit cheesy, but it's definitely genuine because I know how you guys work here. You've listened to the customers, right? Because there's a few UI changes. There seems to be things that have been simplified. There's a new notice banner. Is that in-house dev or is that feedback from customers?
No, it's all InnoMesh entirely is based on real-world feedback, solving real-world problems.
Constant iteration.
Correct. And one of my favorite enhancements is the fact that we only have now 2 tabs, configuration and information.
Keep it simple. Yeah.
Yeah. So before that, for the people who know InnoMesh, it was product-centric. So you had to kind of configure based on the subscription tier that you've selected. Now that's all automated. You're either configuring or you're doing information gathering. And so that's the workflows have been enhanced. There's also a capability now to enter documents into the submission. And so not only are we configuring applications, we're also providing a mechanism to do operational handover of documentation.
Right.
And so when your service provider or integrator is finished building a room, they're deploying an application based on a automated workflows. When that application is deployed, and then they are asked to enter information as per our customer's specification. That could include things like the dimensions of the room, the seating capacity, the warranty, the schematics of the room, the floor map, and the photos. And all of those eventually end up in the portal for our customers in one place, like a search engine.
Closing off on us, just a question I've got because I just want to know, I'm fascinated to know who's actually looking at this and changing anything. So you've got Zoom metrics included in there as well now, call quality metrics. Who's using that? Who's looking at it? What's it being used for? You know, is it literally to submit a ticket and make a complaint, or you know, because we've all had good and bad Zoom calls.
Yeah, look, it's for insights. I guess the first thing that I would say is we are all of our integrations are evergreen. This is a new ability that Zoom just allowed as part of their API. And so we continuously look at the API every month or two, and every time there's a new release on the API, we incorporate it. Zoom incorporated audio quality and video quality, and so we incorporated that. Where does it go from here? Most likely, we'll start providing insights in terms of what is the quality overall, what are the ratings. Yeah.
Okay.
I think you need to watch this space because we're about to showcase our super powerful agnostic ability to load our applications on any touch panel. That's upcoming.
Any?
So any touch panel. Any
Locked or
manufacturer, locked, unlocked.
Okay. Thank you. Anything else?
That's it.
What was, apart from the building of this fabulous studio in 24 hours that we're sitting in right now, what was your best part of the week as the
My best
the
part
CEO
of the
of
week
this incredible business?
is the fact that Jethro's gone.
Jethro being your COO. You can't ask the guy that works with you if he's happy that his boss has gone. Yeah. What was the answer?
Still recording.
He's secretly just clicking on record. All right, so Paul, thank you very much. Yeah, and we'll probably do some more of these going on as we do more releases and just some more overall business updates.
Yeah, 100%.
I know you love being on camera. Good stuff. Thanks, Paul.